So, in relation to Jadon Sancho, hot hours ahead as Juventus totally focus on Jadon Sancho from Manchester United. Chiesa is deal done. Here we go to Liverpool. That frees up the space and some funds for them to go hot on Sancho. And if anybody doesn't believe that Di Marzio is to be listened to when it comes to Italian news, he's also just dropped in the last few seconds that Scott McTominay will not arrive in Italy today. It's more likely to be tomorrow, as there's still a little bit of paperwork to be done between Manchester United and Napoli. Di Marzio, when it comes to Italy, knows his stuff, and we're going to follow this through on Jadon Sancho, which is very, very good. And I'll tell you why I think it's brilliant from Inos, if it happens. But also, we've got updates on Ivan Toney and on Ben Chilwell, both been linked with Manchester United talks today. Is it end of transfer season madness, or is there something in it? We'll talk about that as well. BC says it in the chat straight away. Lucian, welcome to Members Club. Look, I tweeted this a couple of hours ago because somebody messaged me saying that, look, I wouldn't panic too much about Sterling and Chelsea. Juventus is where this is heading. Lo and behold, Di Marzio a couple of hours later comes out with it. The next few hours are key. Juventus want Jadon Sancho. Sancho likes the idea of Juventus. If he goes to Juventus, he will play. The football Juventus are going to play under Motta is very, very exciting. And Juventus haven't really been at the forefront of Italian football for quite a while. So it's a very exciting project where he will get to play. Whereas Chelsea, it could be exciting, it could be chaotic. So Sancho and Juventus look like a dream match. Why is this an Ineos worldie? Because it's exactly what we said on Monday. If you keep Chelsea in the race, you lure Juventus to go hard. And that is exactly what's playing out at the moment. Juventus want to get this deal done. Chiesa to Liverpool is now done. They're focusing on Juventus and they're making on Sancho, and they're making a big, big play. Manchester United have brought Chelsea along for the ride. I mean, it doesn't mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say I know what's happening. No, I was literally tweeting 10 minutes ago about, remember a few weeks ago when people were doing the eyes for Kadioglu, like they know what's going on around Man United. They haven't got a bloody clue. We never spoke to Kadioglu. We've never been in for Kadioglu. And I can't sit here and say that Sancho's 100% going to Juventus and that Ineos have played Chelsea to get Juventus to do what they need them to do. Until it happens, we don't know. But it's very much looking like that's the ploy, that's the play. Keep Chelsea in the race in case you need to use them at the end, but motivate Juventus to do the deal if they want to do it. And that's negotiating. That's high-end business. And that is what it appears Ineos are doing. And I think that from the situation of a week ago, where I would have been sat there going, there's a very big chance Jadon Sancho is going to stay at Manchester United, we're now sat here on Wednesday afternoon going, well, the chances of him leaving are probably 90%. Whereas a week ago, it was probably 60% he was going to stay. So to get that swing and to be sat in a situation where you've got two clubs fighting it out for him, I think, however we've constructed this, and some of it will have fell in our lap, but you've still got to play the game. I think it would be perfect for everybody if Sancho goes to Juventus and we remove Sancho from our club forever. Now, whether there'll be a loan aspect to this, maybe there will be, but there's good numbers being mentioned around it. We're talking about, even if he goes on loan, we could get £6-7 million, which will obviously go a long way to covering off wages, which they will pay some of his wages as well. And if there is an obligation to buy in there as well, happy days, because I think he will do well. I know I've got a bit high pitched like Canning. I think he actually will do well in Serie A. Like, he's done well in the Bundesliga, and I think in that type of a league, look, McTominay's gone there. Lukaku has done very well there. He wouldn't do it in the Premier League. I think Sancho would do well. So look, let's see where this is playing. But as I said, breaking news from Italy. Juventus have sold Chiesa to Liverpool, 10 million euros plus add-ons. That's here we go. That's done and dusted. Juventus now, according to Di Marzio, absolutely focused on Jadon Sancho and getting that deal done. Which, look, from the position of this morning where we had all this Sterling crap, you know what? I'm just going to throw this in here. Raheem Sterling, although it's not been as long, reminds me a little bit of Southgate. You know when Southgate was being linked with the Man United job and we were all panicking and blaming Ashworth and this, that and the other? Sterling is almost like the player equivalent of Southgate, where everyone's going, no, 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 it's bloody Ashworth again. Did it happen? Will it happen? I think we need to learn that if you're going to play the game and you're going to play the transfer game, sometimes you've got to throw a bit of a red herring in there to get what you want. And if Sancho ends up at Juventus, we will have played a very, very good game. Ike says, don't you think Chiesa to Liverpool is a bit of a bargain? Look, I've had my say about it. I think that Beth tweeted earlier, why have we not done a swap deal for Chiesa? I don't think it works, really. If we did a swap deal for Sancho and Chiesa, it wouldn't work, would it? Because Chiesa's just gone for £10 million. Jadon Sancho's value is about 40. So you can't do a swap deal. You'd have to say to Juventus, give us Chiesa and £25 million, which they're not going to do. So I don't think a swap deal was ever possible there. And Juventus can't afford to pay for Sancho anyway. So it wasn't possible to do the swap deal. I understand why people think we could, but financially it wouldn't make any sense. Chiesa, for me, on his day, is the best Italian player. But he has fallen massively. I mean, he's fell off. Not as bad as Sky Sports News, but he has fell off. And I think that Liverpool can afford to take the risk because they're not asking... You know, like if Chiesa went to Spurs, there'd be pressure. He's got to start. He's got to play well. He's got to play on the right-hand side. At Liverpool, he hasn't got to start. He hasn't got to start, has he? He's got to... They'll have done a calculated risk assessment around him. I would like to be in a position where we could do it, but I don't think we are. It's better for Sancho to go, even just on loan, says Akash, than to just stay at United. His value will decrease if he stays at United. Look, if we can get a loan with an obligation to buy, or we can sell him, even better. Mario Franco, from a FFP perspective, it makes absolutely no sense. With Juventus desperate for a winger, it seems negative tactics. No excuse for not signing a left-back, do you think, says Mario. Chiesa injury record is bad. We haven't missed out, says Miles. Do me a favour and never mention Sancho and 90% in the same sentence again. Cameron, as soon as I said it, I knew what I'd done. Sean says, purely hypothetical. I know Sancho-Sterling swap is a big no, but would you swap Sancho and Anthony for him? No, I'm not giving him bloody 2 players for a player I don't want, Sean. Come on. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video because we all know only legends like videos and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching as always.